when my dad was cutting the plant, it was so hard for me to look at it. This is what happened after my dad cut it. Hi, I'm Achintya. Today I'm going to show you how to care for a fiddle. Not this fiddle, but this Fiddle Fig plant right here. Let me show you why this plant got the name Fiddle Fig. As you see here, the leaf is shaped like a fiddle. The starting part of the leaf is shaped like the upper bout of the fiddle, and after the curve right here, the end part of the leaf is shaped like the lower bout of the fiddle. When we first got this plant, it was so small, like this big. And now, don't you see how happily it is growing? Do you know how to make a fiddle fig grow happily in your home? Place this plant near an east or south facing window. In our experience, an east facing window is an ideal place for this plant. Give at least 2 to 3 hours of morning sunlight to keep this plant happy. Water your fiddle fig only when 2 to 3 inches of the soil is dry. Come closer. I'm going to tell you and show you how to water your fiddle fig. When you poke your finger into the soil, if 2 to 3 inches of the soil is dry, like right now, then you know it's time to water your fiddle fig. But make sure not to overwater your plant. And make sure the excess water is drained out of the plant. Excess water causes root rot, and you'll see very big brown spots on your leaves if there's over excess water. Fertilize your plant only during the growing season, which is from spring or to summer. We use liquid plant food once in a while. The leaves tend to get a lot of dust, so we need to clean the leaves so they can absorb sunlight better. And I use a wet paper towel to clean the leaves off. And let me show you how to clean them. Once you clean them, they look much cleaner and greener. When we first got our fiddle fig plant, it was so small. We took very good care of it, and we expected it to become a big bushy tree like this. But we were wrong. It ended up to become a tall, skinny plant, and it was almost touching the roof like this. We wondered why we could not get such a big bushy plant like we expected it to be. Usually, a fiddle fig plant goes very straight and tall, but if you want to make your fiddle fig a bushy tree type, then we have a trick. But for us, it was too late to do it. So, as you see here, this is the bud. From preventing it to grow tall, we need to grab the bud quite like at the start, and then we need to break it off so that it doesn't grow very tall. And it'll come from the sides, and you'll get that big bushy tree type you want. As you see here, white milky stuff comes out of the bud when you break it off. These are the nodes. If you want to make a branch come out, just make a small cut above the nodes till you see the white milky liquid. Then there's a possibility a branch will come out there. We realized to branch the plant when it was too late. It grew straight to the top of the ceiling by then, and there was literally nothing we could do about it. It was so thin, I was afraid it might snap or fall over. We tried lots of methods to help it and turn it into a big bushy tree again, but it didn't work. Finally, we had to take a very tough decision. We had to cut the stem. I know what you're thinking. That was very hard to do. That was very sad to look at it. When my dad was cutting the plant, it was so hard for me to look at it. This is what happened after my dad cut it. I think it was 5 or 6 months back when my dad cut it. And look how the top part is now. I think cutting the stem was really worth it. We put it in water and now it has these beautiful roots. These things are the bulbs of the roots. They still need to grow. These roots are so long. They're almost see-through. I mean, it feels like they're see-through, but they're so crystally and they're so healthy. And the top part actually became more like a tree after we cut it. Now, this one became bushy after we cut it. This is where my dad cut it, and now it became bushy. So it was really good for both the plants. They're 2 plants now. Originally they were 1, but I think they're both pretty healthy now that we cut them into stems. And I think they're gonna become bushy plants now because of our decision. As you see here, there are 4 stems in one pot, which means it's very crowded like you saw before. It's bushy, but it's over bushy now, so we want to repot it. It's all bundled up, so we want to separate the stems. And it's still a big bundle. It's a giant chunk. It's going to be hard to separate it. The branches are separated. Now, the only thing left to do is to repot them. After separating them, we're planting the single branch into the soil. Now we are putting more soil into the pot to support the branch so it doesn't fall over to any side. Finally, we repotted the plants we showed you into 3 different pots. Hope you liked that video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to smash that bell. Bye!